Hi, guys. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, thank you so much for all the comments and the love and the likes and the advice on what I could do better when it comes to cold calling. And I'm just so appreciative of all your wishes. I'm pretty sure I answered to everybody, so yeah, my comment section's always open and I will always answer you, so please do not hesitate. But we are really growing. I'm looking at my contents here once I get to it. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at my contents here and we are growing. We have 35 subscribers now. I told myself that when I'm at 100, I kind of want to get a cake. Well, maybe make a cake and just write 100 on it and I think that's so cute. But yeah, honestly, best video up to date. So it seems like you guys like informative things, so that's really exciting because that's what I love to share, as well as like an incorporation of just kind of my life and things that are silly to me or things that I like to do. But in all of my videos, I plan to either start or end it here at this table at some point because yeah, this is just such a cute space, so I just can't help it. New things this week, a few new stuff. To start off, some things I'm excited about. I'm getting my nails done. I had a friend reach out to me on Instagram and she was like, let me do your nails. And I was like, oh my god, yes. Because I haven't actually got them done in so long. Usually I just put like a press on or like, yeah, usually that or just go natural. So right now we're kind of looking bad and this one won't come off. So if you see this guy hanging out, this is a judge-free zone, okay? And also, I work for this modeling agency, and I do like promotional things like alcohol promotions, or sometimes I go to private events, or sometimes I go to casinos, and it's really dependent on what they give to me, and then I accept or decline based off of that. But I received an email that said, hey, like, we have someone who's trying to grow, like, they just want more content for their Instagram, and they're offering like free services. And it's in a really nice area, like where I live, it's in one of like the richest little towns. So I was like, absolutely, I would love to get my hair done because I also haven't got my hair done in so long, and it doesn't look like I need it, but I had my hair blonde a few months ago, so we kind of need like a little touch up, but she's still cute. It's just we need a little touch up. So I'm not gonna cut it. I think I'm just gonna fix up the layers and kind of do something, but it's hard for me not to cut it because I haven't had my hair short in so long, but I just think I would look so cute with a little bob. But I'm just not there yet. I'm thinking I'll be there when I'm like about to have my first child and I'm like, cut it. But I'm also like years away, years and years and years away from having my first child. So yeah, those are some exciting things in terms of like just kind of ways to like up your mood that I'm doing this week. But another exciting thing that has to do with my last video, you saw that we were cold calling, and some great things came from that. So I'm going to share. So everybody that I had reached out to through cold calling, I also at the end of every night in my spreadsheet that I made, I was gonna show you my spreadsheet, but I just exited out of it. it's not that hard to recover. It's just an inconvenience. But I got it. It's right here. So in my spreadsheet here, if you can kind of see that, I put together like the business name and then like a little X if I should call them back, their phone number, their email, their reason. So like this person not available, has corporate photographer, or not in, so that means I'm going to call them back, or not interested or interested, and if they're interested I highlight it because that's someone I really want to put effort into. But at the end of each night, after I would cold call people, I would go through and I would find all of their emails if I could find them online through websites and different things like that. So I would go through, find all their emails, and then I would send them each an email dedicated to them, but there was kind of like a basis, of course, of, you know, what I said, so it kind of stayed the same, but it was personalized with like their business name. So let me see, Gmail. So I would put together this email list and I would send them out to each of them individually. So it was no like mass email. I had to like copy and paste, switch up a few things. So it definitely was work, but one person got back to me, and it was a person that I had called, but on my spreadsheet it said that they were on vacation. So the email, you know, got to him even though he was on vacation, which was really cool. He replied back and was like, call me, I love this idea. And I was like, oh my god, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I called him like an hour later, hour and a half, and we spoke on the phone, and he sounds super excited, and I was like, let's meet, let's have an appointment, when are you available? And he was like, well, my stuff doesn't start till like April. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I completely understand with the wedding services that you offer, but I just want to have an appointment to kind of go over everything so we can have a plan set in place. And he was like, yeah, absolutely, I love that. So we were supposed to meet on Friday. Today is Monday. We were supposed to meet on Friday, and I was super excited. I put together like this presentation for him of packages that I offer, and I was super excited. But then on my way out the door, he was like, the shop just got slammed, we have a bunch of orders. And I was like, okay, that's okay. You know, I just said, absolutely, no worries. So now I didn't get to go, and now I'm in the place where obviously I don't want to seem like I need him, you know. I want to come up with a way, maybe wait a few days. It's Monday. I haven't rescheduled with him yet. He said he was planning on rescheduling, but I think I'm going to give him till maybe Tuesday to reach out to me, because I don't want it to seem like I need his business. I want him to feel that he needs me, you know. Because I think psychologically that does something to people. When you act like you need them, it's like, oh, you know, it's kind of like in a relationship. If one person is really like pushing at that person's kind of like, whoa, like this is a lot, you know. So I feel like it's kind of similar. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm still super excited, and something that, sorry, my nose always itches, and it's so annoying. But one thing that I have been really teaching myself, and that I wanted to talk about today, is that in that moment that I was about to walk out the door, in the past, if that happened to me and something got canceled, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like, this sucks. I had plans for this, and I practiced, and I put in all this work, and this just sucks, you know? So I would kind of have a negative mindset about it. But again, in my last video, how I spoke on the book, You Are a Badass, that is something that she has really taught, the author has taught in the book, that like any accomplishment you get in life, or if something's about to happen to you, or in this case, I have a big package deal, so like this could mean a lot of money for me, right? In the event that you reach an accomplishment where you get that appointment, like, and you have all these plans for the future on like what could happen with that client or customer or whatever the case may be, you know, in the event that happens, act as if it is already yours. Like, do not get negative about it. Be like, this is mine. I got this in the bag. Like, I'm going to do this, this, and this to get there and make sure that this happens. But I'm going to be positive about it every step of the way. Because in the past, for example, I was supposed to work the auto show. And I had a great opportunity to do that. But months prior, my mental health was just like, there was some things that happened to me, and my mental health was just kind of like, I felt stagnant. I felt really low and stuck in my business. And, you know, I knew I had this auto show coming up, and I was like, that money would really, really help me. But also, I don't want to get my hopes up, because what if it doesn't happen? Like, I need it so bad, and what if it doesn't happen? Like, this is going to suck. You know, that's all negative mindsets that I had toward it months leading up to the process. And then guess what happened? Not to say that this is the reason, but guess what happened? I didn't get the job. I had the job, but the person ended up they weren't going to go to the event. And like, I didn't manifest like the good things that could have happened from that. Instead, I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm too scared of being let down. And that is a scary thing, to be let down. But also, it's way more rewarding if you're like, you're so hype about all of your accomplishments, and you're like, you live like you already have it. That doesn't mean be irresponsible and just spend a bunch of money that maybe you don't have, but it means live as though your life is already in the process of changing, you know? So that was kind of a long way to explain that, but in that moment that I was walking out the door, I could have been like, I don't want to get my hopes up, but instead I was like, all right, that's cool. I'll see you next week. You know, like, I'll see you next week, and now I'm going to get on the phone with more people, because I'm not going to put my eggs in one basket, because there's so many other people out there who are going to want my services. And also, I already know you are going to want my services as well, because you were already interested in me at one point. You were already loving this idea, so I know that it's there. So I just wanted to talk about that, because it is really, really helpful for your mental brain to continue to go, because it is hard to run a business. It is hard to get clients, but when you're in your own head and you're in the back of your mind telling yourself that it's not going to work out, that makes it all the more hard for you, when this is already hard enough. Like, do one thing at a time, you know, do one thing at a time. So yeah, I think that it's really helpful. So each time I learn something from that book, I choose to share it, because it really helps me to the core, and I think it will help you too. So yeah. But moving forward, I wanted to also share with you kind of the packages that I put together for the cold calling. So I put together a brochure for my services that I would send in an email out to each person that I had explained at the beginning. And here is my Sukun Studios, kind of like my logo, but also just an intro. And then moving on, we have, I'm Alyssa Rossman, owner of Sukun Studios. And then I put kind of like a tagline that I just made up, where every shot invokes Sukun. And then I put kind of how that came about. People are really interested in where Sukun came from. So just so you guys know, Sukun is a name that I adopted for myself a few years back when I was trying to figure out how to describe myself and my business. The origin of Sukun is from the Hindu culture and other cultures as well, meaning an elevated state of mind that combines peace, wisdom, and contentment. Sukun is a direct reflection of me and what I strive to be in life and in my business. So I put my experience and expertise just so that people kind of get a good idea that they're not working with someone who hasn't done this before. Now, I will tell you, because you are my friends and you know, you're not the client, but I will tell you that, you know, I have been a professional photographer for 2 years, and I have photographed 10 events, or like wedding. Like I've photographed 10 events, and I photographed multiple weddings, and I've coordinated 46 weddings. Those are true, but I have not photographed 32 weddings. That's a lot, and I'm just not there yet, but I'm obviously trying to get there. So, and I have not helped 19 florists. That's why I'm calling them right now and trying to get their business. But people want to feel that you have helped somebody before. There are, of course, those people who will give you the opportunity even though you do not have any experience, and they know that. There are those people, but that's not all the time. So then I put what makes me different, and just a few things that I think people would like. And then I put some photos that I've taken, some more photos just to give them a good idea, kind of break up the presentation from it seeming so serious. Little bit more photos, kind of give some event photos in there as well, because I also want florists to recommend me and not think that I am just a florist photographer, you know. That's just a vendor that I'm reaching out to, but I want them to recommend me to their customers, so I want them to know that I do other things. So then I put other things that I do, like product, wedding, events, portrait, and then I put just kind of a rough estimate of some packages and what those packages provide. So I did that, and then I put benefits to working with me and what I will provide for them. And then I put together success stories. So I had my friends and clients who I have worked for review my business and kind of help me out, you know, because people like to see what you have done. And then these are reviews from weddings that I coordinated, but reviews nonetheless to show that I am a good worker, you know. So I put those together. And then marketing and promotions. Now, this is something that I have been wanting to do, which is like social media and kind of like helping out a business in terms of the marketing aspect, like putting together photos that I could post for them so that they could focus more on their business. So it's just another package that I wanted to add, because if they don't know about it, then they can never add it, and that's money that you're missing out on. So I thought that was cool. And then here's what to expect when working with me. I put this together, just kind of give them a rundown. And then let's grow your business together with a little photo. And then at the end, a Q&A. So this brochure or presentation is to just like, I send them half of it up to the photos in the email, but then I kept the rest for me, because when I create an appointment with them, I want to go through this brochure with them, go over through the packages, and then be like at the end, okay, here's a Q&A, so do you have any questions, So that was the idea behind that. We have another type of brochure. So this is the one that I created for the company who was interested in me. So the one that I was supposed to meet with on Friday, and I still plan to meet with him because I'm going to meet with him. You see the difference? It's not like maybe it will happen. It's like I'm going to make that happen. It works. No doubt words here, okay? But this is the presentation that I created for him. I have Sukun Studios and then their business name. And then I put together some other photos that I've taken because he's already seen the other photos in the brochure, so I kind of wanted him to see a little bit more. And then I put together like a little package, okay? So this is like an event photo package, and it gives kind of a rundown of what I will do, but then it's also letting you know this is one event. So I overcharged for each of these things, okay? So 15 fully edited photos, $250, 25, $375, video highlights and reels, $400. Now this is for one event, and he can pick 15 or 25 and then add on video highlights, right? And I overcharged them because I want them to pick the larger package, which I will explain. So to kind of break it up again, I added a video. He's never seen any video work that I've done before, so I put in a video that I have made just to kind of give him a good idea that like this would be something that your business would want. Like, you see what I did for these people? This would look really good for you too. So I put that in there, and then I put together the large package right after, because this is where I would really discuss, why this would be important. And I am trying to put emphasis on the importance because at the end of the day, I want reoccurring income, and I want someone to choose the larger package so I can make more money in the future. So remember how I said I overcharged on those last prices? Well, in this larger package, I will then explain in the meeting, okay, so in this package, you get everything from the last package, but in addition to, you get content creation as well, okay? And so then I put 8 events per month. So this package involves 8 events. This guy does 80 plus weddings a year, okay? So he does a lot. So this would benefit him because he wants me at each of them. So I put 8 events per month, and then I charge 15 fully edited photos at $200. That's already less. Video highlights and reels, $350. And then I added in flyers, banners, informational posts per week, $75, and then 3 posts per week, $50. Now that doesn't seem like that much because, to be honest, it's really not that much work, but look how much the package would be per month. It would be a full package, monthly reoccurring of $9,300. That is 8 events per month. I put in parentheses to kind of remind him. But then I put at the bottom, as compared to the industry standard of $13,000 a month. Now I'm pretty sure that it's more, but psychologically I didn't really want to put, oh, it's like normally like $20K. Then he might be like, why is she charging herself so low? Is she not that good? Or, people could think that way, and I just didn't want to run into that. So I put, as compared to the industry standard, $13,000, which is important to put because it's like, oh, I'm saving money as compared to other people, but I'm also not putting myself down and making my work seem less than. So then from there, I described to him, okay, so why choose a monthly package? You're probably wondering. Well, per event, the price would be $650, but with the full package, per event would actually be $550, saving you $100 every single event that I work. So while saving, you are also adding to your business, building relationships and trust with your clients by showing them everything you are up to every week. In turn, Endless Flowers will be booked for more and more events. So then, having Sukun Studios to handle the back end gives you more time for your clients and your floral arrangements. So that kind of gives him like an idea that like of the importance of the full package, but also like, wow, like I might really need this because I'm already so stacked with everything else that I have to do, but I still want to keep growing at the end of the day and show people what I'm up to. Also, I want to say that when I was making these packages, and I was pricing them out, it was hard for me. And you probably know if you own a business, or if you don't own a business and you're just starting out and you freelance or whatever the case may be, pricing yourself is a difficult task. And at least for me, I struggle with that a lot because I'm like, well, like, what if they don't really have it like that? And then I'm like, I just want to help them out. And also, I want the clients so bad. Like, I think about that and I'm like, I want them so bad. Like, I'll do the work for a little bit less. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But, like, it is a big deal because it is still your work and you are trying to make a living for yourself as well. So, charge it. Because how I came up with the prices is I looked up like what does a florist charge like per bouquet, or what do florists charge for certain things for weddings, and it was like $350 just for the bouquet that the bride holds. $350 for just that. Okay, you're making like 10 to 15,000 like every single wedding you work. Every single event you work, you're making at least $10,000 to $15,000. Even if it's less than that, let's put it at like $9,000, okay? Just to give you like an idea. Let's put it at $9,000. So he says he does 4 events per week. So $9,000 times 4 for the week. That do I even need to go further? That's $36,000 for the week. Obviously, they have other things that they need to pay for, right? But like now let's times that number by 4, which is the month. They probably don't make this. Like, let's be honest, they probably don't make that, or would they even be working in a flower shop? I mean, maybe they would because that's really good money, but like, also, I don't know. What I'm saying, I don't know their income, but what I'm saying is that like, they at least make like way more than I'm charging $9,300 for the entire month. They make at least over $1,000 per event they work, right? Obviously, they have to pay people out. And I'm getting into the logistics of it, and it's like, but we just don't need to do all that. We don't need to get into the logistics of it, because once you do get into the logistics, that's when you're like, oh, wait, I shouldn't charge that much for my stuff. But stop, because someone will pay it. That is another thing, and I'm sorry to keep bringing this up. I'm not sorry, actually, because it will help you, but like, I keep bringing this up because because it is so true. She's like, don't think that about yourself, because there are people out there who will pay it, and you are worth that money just as much as the next guy who is basically doing the same thing as you. You are worth it. So like, charge it, and ask for it, because you never know unless you ask. I'm really not asking for that much, like, in terms of what other people do. So just think about that. It will help. It will help. She also says, like, in her book that she was trying to get life coaching, and she needed $80,000. Okay, me personally, I would never pay $80,000 for life coaching, but I don't have that like issue. So there are some people who really do need that push and to just understand certain things. So that was her goal, and that's really cool. But the thought or the idea behind it is that she needed that money and she didn't have that money. And she was a writer, and she didn't want to charge people what she should be charging for that. And so at first she would charge way less, and then once she kind of got in the situation in her mind where she was like, no, I need to know my worth, she started charging more. And one person who went to her was like, oh, this is not like, we're not gonna pay that amount. And she was like, okay, well then, like, you can't like, however book stuff goes, I don't even really remember, but like, okay, well then you can't like have my book, let's just say that for a lack of better words. Okay, well then you can't have my book. And they're like, all right, well, I guess shoo. And then, you know, she stuck her, what I'm basically saying is she stuck her ground, and then they ended up coming back to her and being like, we really want this, like, we thought about it and we will pay that. She didn't make it to the 80,000 right away from that, but like, she was one step closer than she was yesterday when she was like not having any of that money, you know? Next thing I did was, in the event that you exceed 8 events per month, I can offer you a discounted price per event. So, you know, since he does have a lot, I just want to assure him that I appreciate his business, and I will be able to give him a huge discounted price because in all reality, he's already helping me out a lot. But yeah, he's already helping me out a lot, and I'm already charging like a great amount for my services, especially because I'm not working with the people at these wedding events. That's one very different thing, is that I'm just taking photos and video of the decor. So I don't have to deal with anybody. And honestly, bless, because last season I coordinated like 46 events and I photographed like 10. Like, that's a lot, and coordinating is hard work. Like, you are dealing with everybody all day, every day, and like, I was also working with like the Hindu and Indian and like South Indian and North Indian, so like Punjabi and like a bunch of different types of cultures, and their family is very, very involved. So with that, like, it's just a lot to handle, because you're not just handling the bride and groom, you're handling the entire family, because everybody wants to be involved. And after a season of doing weddings, it just gets to be a lot, because you're doing like 3 every weekend, 3 different couples, and their events are 3 days long. So it's a lot, you know? But I'm so blessed for the opportunity that I was given to even experience that culture and to even like be there. Like, I had no expertise on how to do that, but someone gave me a chance. So that is a perfect example of someone who gave me a chance, and now I have that on my resume, and I have all that experience just like in my heart, under my belt, that like there were a lot of things that I would have never been able to be involved in if I didn't get that opportunity and I didn't reach out to that person the way that I did. Which I will say, the way that I reached out to her was doing exactly what I'm doing now. Granted, it wasn't like exactly what I wanted to be doing, like photographing, but I told myself like, this is a huge opportunity, again, that I would never be able to get anywhere else, and like, I could learn so much from this. So I took it, but I reached out to her just the same as I did everyone else. I sent emails. I didn't do cold calling, but I sent emails, and that's how she found out about me. So it does work, and it will take you to great places. So yeah, that's kind of what I have to talk about today. Just a little bit more on that. I was screen recording my thing the whole time. That was like 15 minutes of a screen record. I just wanted to talk about all that today and kind of show you what I'm doing now and for the rest of the week, and still working on the cold calling. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, but I have to go get my nails done and I have to run some errands, so I need to get on that. And I also have to clean the house and do some stuff, but I am going to like a basketball game tonight, so that's fun. I don't really watch sports that often, but I mean, being in the area is cool. It's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, no, I'm excited. I was about to say me personally, like, it's just not my thing, but it's fun. It is fun. It's a cool thing to do, but before I was like so against going to sporting events, because I wasn't against it, I was just like, I don't get it. Like, now I'm just going off on a tangent, so forgive me, but like, that's what this thing is about. That's what my whole YouTube channel is about. I just yap on here about what I'm interested in or not interested in. But like, before, I just didn't grow up in a family who went to sporting events, and so, or were into sports at all. Like, I was a tom girl. I was outside all the time. I was hanging out with the boys every day, like on the block. Like, that's just who I was. Like, I was always in the woods, and I'm a very handy person. So like, I don't regret that at all. Well, that's the way I grew up, so whatever. But like, I love that I grew up that way because I just feel like I have a lot of like depth. That it's not to say that people who watch sports don't, because they do, but when I was getting into it, it was confusing to me because I was like, why are a bunch of people in a stadium and like everyone's just either A, watching these people tackle each other and then probably get hurt, or like people are fighting in a cage, or like, but everyone's here and everyone's excited, and like, why is everyone so excited? I just didn't get it, but it's exciting to go and it's a cool thing to do. But yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on sporting events. I did get a little bit into like betting for some time, like last year, and that was pretty fun. I did make some like money from it, but I would never I don't do that a lot. It's just like, I've never really spent my own money on it. It's just kind of, if you go on like all those different apps, they're like, oh, we can give you like $200 in this, and like betting money or whatever. We can give you this amount, and then you can refer, and then you can get money this way. So I would do that on a bunch of apps and then just use that money to then put it on like a game. And so I was doing really good, but then I don't know, then I stopped paying attention to it, and now I've lost any little information I had about sports. So yeah, I kind of just stay away. But I guess the Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday, so if you're doing something for the Super Bowl, I hope you have an amazing time and you eat good food and you hang out with your friends. And if you're not doing that, then just relax and enjoy yourself, or, make a dip. There's this dip. It's called like a Swiss cheese dip. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then you dip it with the pretzels. Oh my gosh. It is so good. Okay, I'll tell you the recipe. I know you're wondering. So it's a block of cream cheese, and then it's, maybe I'll just insert a little picture over here like that. But it's like a block of cream cheese, Swiss cheese, and then chives and bacon bits and mayo, I believe, and then you just mix that all together. You put it in the oven. I usually put it in like a bread pan, like a glass bread pan, but I mean, you can put it in whatever, really. Like something that just kind of has a little bit of depth to it. I put mine in a glass bread pan, and then you warm up some pretzels, dip it in the pretzels. You could use chips, you could use pita, whatever you want. But I put the pretzels in there, and it is so good. It is so good. On my birthday, I made that dip because I was really feeling it. So if you are watching the Super Bowl this weekend and you need a dip to make it. Or if you're just hanging out and getting high, make the dip. Yum. So really, that's all I have to talk about today. I have to get to my errands, but it is so nice to always sit down with you guys and tell you about what I'm doing. It really brings me a lot of joy, and it brings a lot of creativity to my life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all the love and the support and all the comments. Like, again, I will always respond to you guys. Because this is just so fun. I love this YouTube channel, and I'm so happy that I started this. So something that I think you guys should do this week, if you want, is just try something new. Try something new that you've been wanting to try, whether it be just a new recipe or like a new workout or like something extravagant, you know, just try something new. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.